discuss second chapter of class 8 geography, that is land, soil, water and natural vegetation. So now we will discuss our first natural resource, that is land. Any part of the earth's surface not covered by a body of water, or the part of the earth's surface occupied by continents and islands, is called land. Land is the most important resource. The solid part of the surface of the earth is called land. Here I want to tell you one important fact about land, that is, it covers only about 30% of the total area of the earth's surface. Use of land. As we already know that land is used for different purposes such as agriculture, forestry, mining, building houses, roads and setting up of industries. This is commonly termed as land use, but it also depends on the some factors that are responsible for the land use. These factors are broadly divided into two parts, that are physical factors and human factors. Under physical factors, the sub-factors are topography, soil, climate, minerals, availability of water, and under human factors, sub-factors are population and technology. Then conservation of resources or conservation of land. Growing population and their ever-growing demand has led to a large-scale destruction of forest cover and has created a fear of losing this natural resource. The present rate of degradation must be checked. Some factors are as under that can help us to conserve this resource. These factors are afforestation. What is afforestation? Planting trees on an area of land in order to form a forest. Then land reclamation. What is this? It is the process of changing land that is unsuitable for farming and building into land that can be used. Then regulate the use of chemical, pesticide and fertilizer, and also checks on overgrazing. These are some factors which can be help us to conserve our land resource. Now we are going to discuss our next natural resource, that is soil. So what is soil? The thin layer of grainy substance cover the surface of the earth is called soil. So it is closely linked to the land. Land forms determine the type of soil. Here one more fact about soil is that it takes hundreds of years to make just 1 centimeter of soil. Degradation of soil. Let us understand what is degradation of the soil. Soil erosion and depletion are the major threat to soil as a resource. Both human and natural factors can lead to degradation of soil. Some factors which are leading to the degradation of soil are deforestation, overgrazing, overuse of chemical fertilizer or pesticides, rainwash, landslides and floods. All these factors are responsible for the degradation of the soil. Now we are discuss about the conservation of the soil. So first method is mulching. It is the process of covering the topsoil with plant material, leaves, grass, twigs, crop residues, straw, etc. As you can see here, this soil part is covered with plant material, leaves, grass, etc. to conserve the soil. Next one is terrace farming. These are made on the steep slopes so that flat surface are available to grow crops. These are the terrace on which farmers can cultivate their crops and also overcome from the degradation of the soil. So next one is counter barriers. Stones, grass, soil are used to build barriers among counters. Next one is intercropping. Different crops are grown in alternate rows and are sown at different times to protect the soil from rain wash. That is called our intercropping. Next one is counter plugging. Plugging parallel to the counters of a hill slope to form a natural barrier for water to flow down the slope is called our counter plugging. Shelter belts. In the coastal and dry regions, rows of trees are planted to check the wind movement to protect soil cover. That is the shelter belts which protect our soil. Now we will discuss about our next natural resource, that is water. Water is a vital renewable resource, or we can say renewable natural resource. 3/4 of the earth's surface is covered with water. It is therefore appropriately called the water planet. 70% water is in ocean, but fresh water accounts for only about 2.7%. Fresh water is therefore the most precious substance on earth. Due to drying up of water resources or water pollution, our natural resource, that is water, is also degrading. Water shortage. Now we will discuss why the shortage is going to be shortage. As we discussed in our previous slide that 70% water is in ocean, but even then water is in shortage. So why water is in shortage? Because of the increasing population, increasing urbanization, rising standards of living, water for more demand for water for irrigation or generating electricity. For all these purposes we need water, and day by day the demand of water is increasing but the supply of water is not increasing. So the water is in shortage. How to conserve the water? Water can be conserved with the help of forestation, water harvesting, rooftop rainwater harvesting. The canals should be properly lined to minimize losses by water seepage, or sprinklers effectively irrigate the area by checking water losses through seepage and evaporation. Now we are going to discuss our next natural resource, that is natural vegetation and wildlife. First of all, let us discuss about natural vegetation and wildlife. What is natural vegetation and wildlife? All the flora and fauna which we find in the nature, that is the natural vegetation. Flora means plants and fauna means wildlife. Now let's see what is the importance of flora and fauna. Flora gives shelter to animals, produce oxygen we breathe, protects soil, act as shelter belts. Or we can say that plants provide us different types of food and resources, and also give the shelter to animals, produce oxygen, protect soils, that is essential for growing crops, and also help in storage of underground water, give us fruits, fruits, nuts, gum, medical plants, and also the paper that is so essential for our studies. So that's why plants are or flora are important for us. Now, wildlife or fauna. Wildlife includes animals, birds, insects, as well as the aquatic life forms. They provide us milk, meat, hides, and wool. Insects like bees provide us honey, help in pollination of flowers. Also, the fauna play a role of decomposer in the ecosystem. So, animals, big or small, all are integral to matching, balancing in the ecosystem. Now we will discuss how we can conserve natural vegetation and wildlife. The growth of vegetation depends primarily on temperature and moisture. The major vegetation types of the world are grouped as forests, grasslands, shrubs. We can conserve all this by making awareness programs like social forestry and Van Mahotsav should be encouraged at the regional and community level, or national parks, wildlife sanctuary, biosphere reserves are made to protect our natural vegetation and wildlife. Schedule school camps to encourage them to visit nature camps so that they appreciate the habitat through laws. Many countries have passed laws against the trade as well as killing of birds and animals. In India, killing of lion, tiger, deer, great Indian bustards and peacocks is illegal. So also we can conserve our natural vegetation and wildlife through the laws. So here our second chapter of geography ends. Do revise and stay safe. Thank you.